Honorable Minister of Earth Sciences and Food Processing Technology, Sri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Member and Head, National Disaster Management Authority, Sri Kamal Kishore, the experts and administrators from Ministry of Power, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Jal Shakti, and my dear colleagues and friends from Ministry of Earth Sciences, Additional Secretary, Joint Secretary from Earth Sciences, colleagues from National Center for Media Management of Forecasting, and my dear esteemed friends from press and electronic media present physically here, and also those who are participating online. This conference is being organized in a hybrid mode, and we expect that all the press and electronic media persons are participating in this program. At the outset, I thank Honorable Minister for gracing this occasion and giving us an opportunity to organize this multi-agency address in connection with the heat wave expected during the period April and May. So I will give a brief presentation about the status and the forecast, and also the various preparedness measures being taken up by the various ministries at the central government level. If you just look at the heat wave forecasting, we have a seamless weather forecasting system since 2015. If you all remember, in 2015, 2,000 people died due to heat wave. After that, Minister of Earth Sciences introduced this forecasting system, commencing with the seasonal forecast. This forecast is being issued for 2 stages, heat wave for the period March, April, May, and which is again updated for the period April, May, June. So on 1st March, we issued the forecast this year. Again on 1st April, we are issuing the forecast for the period April, May, June, and also for the month of April. This forecast is followed by the extended range forecast, which has the validity of 4 weeks, and it is issued every Thursday in the afternoon. It provides the possibility of the hot spells, cold spells, heat wave conditions or severe heat wave conditions, and also the forecast for temperature maximum and minimum. Following the extended range forecast, we issue the medium range forecast that is valid for up to 7 days, and there we issue the warning. The heat wave warning is issued at district level and the meteorological subdivision level by our headquarters here, and also by the meteorological centers at each state. We have got 26 meteorological centers and 6 regional meteorological centers. All these are providing at state level, location specific and district level heat wave warning. And this heat wave warning is not simply the weather warning, but also the impact based heat wave warning, where we mention about the damage expected due to the heat wave and also the action suggested for remedy. So it is also followed by a short range forecast. Every day we issue a forecast, and that is twice a day we issue here, indicating today's condition and also the conditions for the next 5 days, etc. Now, if you look at the forecasting system, what Minister of Earth Sciences has introduced, and IMD DG issuing the forecast with the support from National Center for Media Management of Forecasting and Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, and many other agencies. Here, what we do, there are various new methods has been introduced. I should thank Kamal Kishore Saab for his guidance and support for introducing very new parameters to have the impact assessment of the heat wave. So we have come up with the hot weather hazard analysis for entire country, considering different meteorological parameters like the day temperature, the night temperature, and also the humidity, wind speed, and wind directions, and also the various indices. We have introduced operationally the heat index, that is a function of temperature and humidity from last year. We are providing all the information in GIS. You can find out there is a GIS page for heat wave, where all information not only for today, for next 5 days, and also the past 5 days. If there is a continuity of heat wave conditions in a particular area, that also you can find out. So GIS-based socio-economic exposures, you can find out what could be the impact on the power sector, what could be the impact on the surface transport, aviation, maritime sectors, or the Indian railways. Also, you can find out the health sectors. Various socio-economic attributes have been added over the years. The vulnerability atlas has been prepared with respect to heat wave, considering the potential of the heat wave to cause the mortality and morbidity. The data set has been utilized from 1960 onwards. We have published the data, that is disastrous weather events. We have also the percentile-based extreme temperature formations. It was one of the you can say recommendation in the last heatwave meeting, which was conducted by NDMA, where some of the users suggested that we should provide percentile. We are providing percentile, the 90th percentile, 95th percentile, and 98th percentile of the values based on the past data. And we say whether temperature is expected to exceed 98th percentile or 95th percentile or 90th percentile. By that way, it becomes independent of the region. We can find out how extreme it is in terms of the forecast and actual conditions. On the right hand side, what you say, actually it is a map in the tabular form, green, yellow, orange, red. This table contains the information about the duration of heat wave, intensity of heat wave, and also it provides the expected damage and action suggested. The action suggested expected damage has been written based on the joint guideline developed by NDMA and IMD and along state governments. So there it takes care of various sectors where we can have the impact of the heat wave. Before I go for the forecast, I just want to inform you about the climatology of heat wave. Heat wave can occur even in the month of the March also. The summer season defined from March onwards, March, April, May. So that March, in general, we have got a temperature of 36 to 40 degrees Celsius in peninsular India and adjoining central India. If we go to April, you will find the temperature increases. It becomes 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius for most parts of the central and north peninsular India. By the month of May, it becomes 42 to 44 degrees Celsius for most parts of northwest, central, and northern peninsular India. You can see how the color is changing from light or pale yellow to the deep red color in the month of May. Now, if you look at the climatological heat wave conditions, usually in the month of March, we do not get heat wave conditions except some parts of eastern India like Odisha and North Andhra Pradesh. And also on the western side, we get Gujarat, Saurashtra, Kutch, and southern parts of Rajasthan. And sometimes there could be heat wave conditions over the hilly area like, say, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. But by the month of April, you will see that the spread increases, though intensity gradually increases, but the spread increases, area increases significantly over the Indo-Gangetic plains and central parts of the country. And by the month of May, you will find that most parts of the central India, northern plains, and also the northern peninsula becomes prone for the heat wave conditions. You can expect 6 to 8 days heat wave conditions in month of April and 6 to 10 days in the month of May. Now, if you look at the relative humidity, which is another important factor to have the assessment of the impact. Being temperature same, if humidity is high, then feel-like temperature becomes high and becomes disastrous for human health, and it causes mortality or morbidity. So you can find that humidity is quite high, more than 65% along the west coast, east coast, and northwest India, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Ladakh, and also the northeastern states. And this humidity goes on increasing as we go from March to April towards May. Northeastern states get high humidity because you can expect heavy rainfall, just like last day. During the past 24 hours, there has been heavy rainfall in Assam and adjoining areas because of the thunderstorm activity. And in the northwest India, humidity increases because of the western disturbances in the month of March, and it gradually decreases as you go from March to April to May. And the coastal area, is because of the sea breeze, we get the high humidity. So this is the wind speed. You will find that along the coastal area, we would see it is quite high, but the low period, the dry northwest winds becomes higher along the northern plains, especially the northwest India. Now let us look at the vulnerable zones. If you look at the vulnerable zones, you will find that because of the heat wave, there are two important vulnerable zones. One is the northwest India, that is Rajasthan and adjoining areas of MP and UP, you can say. And the other one is the coastal area, that is Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, that includes Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra Pradesh. This is the most two important zones, but the changes with respect to month. In the month of May, it is most disastrous, followed by in the month of June, it gradually improves, but northwest India becomes more prone. Even in the month of July also there could be heat wave. The vulnerability means at least one person died in the past because of the heat wave conditions. Now this is the observed maximum temperature in the month of February and March this year. You will find that southern peninsula was warmer compared to the northern parts, and this warming extended to central part in the month of March. Now, if you look at the departure from normal, how anomalous it was compared to the normal conditions, you'll find that northern peninsula, the southern peninsula was warmer by about 1 to 3 degrees Celsius, both in the month of February and in the month of March. But the central India, the northern plains were normal to below normal temperature conditions. It mainly happened because of the good amount of rainfall activity in this period, in this area. Now let us look at the forecast maximum temperature April to June. And you can find that there are three categories here. One is the yellow, orange, red color. That is the probability of above normal temperature. Then is the green, that is the normal temperature. And then you got the blue or deep blue, that is the below normal temperature. So from this diagram, you can find that most parts of the country shows that it is green, yellow, orange, red. That means temperature is expected to be above normal in most parts of the country during the period April to June. And except some parts of extreme northwest India like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, and adjoining areas. And here in northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura. And some parts of North Odisha and adjoining to West Bengal also to have normal temperature. Otherwise, most parts. But if you look at the red color zones, that is Gujarat, South Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, East MP, Maharashtra, etc., their probability is high that temperature will be above normal. So if I look at the forecast for heat wave during the period April to June, left-hand side diagram is the climatology of heat wave. Usually you get in the month of June, in this period April to June, you get heat wave conditions for northern India, central India, northern peninsula. And here on the right-hand side, this is the forecast. What you find that forecast indicates that the number of days compared to normal to be higher, especially the area is Gujarat, Madhya Maharashtra, North Karnataka, followed by Rajasthan, MP, North Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. So this is the area. Usually this is the heat-prone area. But specifically, if you just look at this western part, is expected to get more number of heat wave days compared to the normal. But overall, the entire area of central India, North Peninsula is expected to have above normal number of days of heat wave. Now, if I look at the forecast for the month of April, the temperatures are likely to be above normal over the most parts of the country. You can see the current color is yellow, orange, and red, except similarly parts of northwest India and northeast India. And normal to below normal maximum temperatures are very few area, that is northeastern states and western Himalayan region. If I look at the heat wave conditions in the month of April, climatological also you can say that month of April we experience heat wave conditions, and today itself our temperatures are rising at present, and we have given some warning also. And forecast heat wave says that yes, northern plains, the Indo-Gangetic plains has the less chance comparatively, but southern, central India and northern peninsula, they are expected to have higher than normal number of heat wave days. So 2 to 8 days of heat wave expected in this region. That means the central India and northern peninsula is against normal of 1 to 3 days. So most prone areas, if you just look at, they are Gujarat, Maharashtra, North Karnataka, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, West Madhya Pradesh. Now, if I look at the extended range forecast, that is forecast for next 4 weeks, on the left-hand side, week 1, you can find that it is showing that some parts of coastal Odisha and North Andhra Pradesh, we can have the heat wave conditions. Then second week, similar area also is there, and third week, it is less, but fourth week again, it is increasing. And this also, there is a probability forecast of heat wave and severe heat wave conditions day by day, and that goes up to 4 weeks. So this is updated every Thursday. If you look at the confidence of the disaster managers and general public, heat wave forecast accuracy should be evaluated. Every year we calculate the forecast accuracy, and is shared to press and electronic media and also put up in the website. Our forecast accuracy in terms of probability of detection, if you just look at it, is 95% for day 1. And for day 2, it is 81%, day 3, it is 58%, and it decreases as you go to day 4 and day 5. What I want to say that in the medium range, when warnings are issued, there is forecast scale up to 5 days, but it is quite good scale up to 3 days. And if you look at the performance improvement over the years, yes, there is significant improvement. You can see on the right-hand side diagram how the probability of detection has improved over the years for day 1 forecast 16%, then 22% improvement for day 2, like that it goes on. Not only the probability of detection, that means detecting the occurrence of heat wave 5 days ahead has increased, but also the missing rate has decreased and false alarm has decreased over the period of time. Now, if you look at the rainfall forecast for the month of April, we are expecting rainfall over northwest India and also some parts of the central India. And rainfall for the country as a whole is expected to be normal. Normal is defined as 88% to 112% of the long period average. The long period average rainfall for the country as a whole is 39.2 millimeters. So below normal rainfall activity is likely over east and west coast, parts of east and northeast India, and the south peninsular India. That yellow color indicates below normal. The green color indicates the normal, and blue color indicates the above normal. But I will just take it a pinch of salt for Northwest India, because amount of rainfall occurring in Northwest India is quite less. We have seen dotted lines. So therefore, there is a high variability. So therefore, if you look at the prediction, predictability is less for Northwest India compared to the other parts also in this area. Now, people talk about El Nino and La Nina conditions. At present, El Nino conditions are continuing. You can see from this diagram, El Nino conditions are expected to continue during April month and May month. But in the monsoon season, it is expected to become the neutral conditions. And finally, towards second half of monsoon, we are expecting that it will be La Nina conditions. This is the forecast by different international models. Also, the monsoon mission climate forecast system of Ministry of Earth Sciences. So there is another parameter called Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole is positive neutral at present, and forecast says that Indian Ocean Dipole will become the positive Indian Ocean Dipole. Now you may ask, what is the impact on heat wave conditions? During El Nino years, the heat wave frequency increases. Above normal heat wave conditions are usually observed during the El Nino years. Therefore, in the April month and May month, our forecast, what you saw now, is in agreement with the El Nino forecast. And IOD, if you just look at, IOD is neutral at present. By the monsoon season, it will become positive IOD, and positive IOD is good for monsoon. And neutral El Nino or ENSO condition is also good for monsoon. Now, if you look at the impact of heat wave during this period, during heat wave, there are elevated temperatures pose significant risks, especially for vulnerable populations like elderly, children, and those with pre-existing health conditions, who are more susceptible to heat-related illness such as the heat exhaustion and heat strokes. Additionally, prolonged periods of extreme heat can lead to dehydration and strain infrastructure such as power grids and transportation systems. To address these challenges, it is imperative for authorities to take proactive measures. That's why in today's meeting, we have got all our experts from all the ministries concerned. So this includes providing access to cooling centers, issuing heat advisories, and implementing strategies to alleviate the urban heat island effects. So efforts are essential for safeguarding public health and minimizing the adverse impacts of the heat wave. Now, for preparedness measures, we have an integrated approach. It has been reviewed by NDMA, and details we will go through. So with the leadership in NDMA, the Minister of Jal Shakti, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Health, and Minister of Power, and many other ministries have taken all actions at central level, and also the state agencies. All have been working together to combat with the expected heat wave conditions. Now, looking at the steps taken by the NDMA, on 9 January itself, meeting with technical institutions and experts was held to review the lessons learned last year. On 13 to 14 February, annual workshop was conducted in Delhi, if you remember, in Vigyan Bhavan. 23 heat wave prone states, union territories, selected districts, key sectors like health, water, agriculture, railways, etc. They participated. And 6 March, advisory issued to heat wave prone states based on forecast issued by IMD. NDMA's awareness generation campaign was also continuing using radio, TV, and Doordarshan, e-Vidya, DTH, TV channels, and social media also. Advisories are issued to Election Commission also, as our Honorable Minister was telling. This is a very peculiar period, very important period also, April and May, when we have got the elections. More people will be exposed outside to the heat. Therefore, special advisory has been issued by NDMA to the Election Commission for take precautionary measures. State health action plans have been prepared based on NDMA guidelines. 23 heat wave prone states in territories have the heat action plans. Many states have updated their heat action plans for 2024. It is a continuous activity carried out with the leadership of NDMA. Now, city or district level heat action plans, more than 200 cities and districts have prepared local heat action plans. Some district cities have prepared or updated HAPs in 2024. Cities experiencing heat island effects also, so temperature and heat index tend to increase further. In some pockets, if you remember, in Delhi also we get higher temperature relative to other areas. So advisory to states have been issued by NDMA. Control room has been activated. Uniform enforcement of standard operation procedure has been ensured. Adoption and execution of local heat action plans, and stockpiling of oral rehydration solutions, etc. Repair of hand pumps, water kiosks, and coolers. Health personnel training, mortality and illness reporting of heat wave. It is very much essential for development of the system, that is heat wave warning and impact-based forecasting system, and also the capacity building. Power supply maintenance also has been taken care, and public relief measures, that is extension of public park timings and prevention of shelters and schools, etc. Some states have taken initiative to reallocate the timing for the schools and colleges, and also the office hours. Heat wave advisory for general elections has been issued, that election-induced exposure, anticipated increase in outdoor activities during 2024 general election could heighten public vulnerability to heat waves. Public health risk, with greater exposure, there is an elevated risk of heat wave-related health issues. Advisory for Election Commission also has been issued based on IMD's forecast, and IMD is issuing forecast to state election commissioners and also the National Election Commission. On daily basis, we are also issuing the external forecast and long-range forecast to Election Commission. Then preventive measures, the advisory aims to direct rigorous preventive actions to avoid heat wave-induced fatalities and illness during the high-risk summer of 2024. And short-term preparedness, long-term preparedness, comprehensive mitigation framework has been developed, NDMA manual on cool roof, advanced meteorological services, as we are witnessing now, the ecosystem and water management, green cover water bodies, making heat action plans more dynamic and adaptive, integrating heat wave mitigation in urban planning, for example, cool roofs, greenery, and water conservation as key facets. Changes in building codes and bylaws are also being addressed. Technological solutions, that construction technology, monitoring systems are also essential to deal with the heat wave in future. Now I will come to Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The present status of wheat is the major crop in the winter season. And as on 26 March, we'll just have a look here. You will find that so starting from 2017-18, if you look at 23-24, yes, gradually it is increasing. You can say area in a million hectare and food in million tons. So this year it is 1.21% more area sown than last year. So therefore the weather has been so much conducive for this year, apart from other initiatives by the government. Estimated production is 112.02 million tons, which is about 1.46 million ton more than last year. Now, if you look at state-wise, yes, Uttar Pradesh contributes maximum, that is 30.4%, and Madhya Pradesh, then Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and total these 5 states contribute 85.65% of the total wheat predictions in 22-23. Now, looking at this forecast, as I have told you, during 1 to 7 April, if you just look at, there is possibility of rise in temperature by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. But however, the wheat-prone area, if you just look at the states what we have discussed, there is no heat wave warning for heat-producing states except MP, Madhya Pradesh. For some areas in Madhya Pradesh, there could be heat wave conditions for next 7 days or so. And the present temperatures are around 37 to 40 degrees Celsius in Madhya Pradesh and likely to go up to 42 degrees Celsius. So for Madhya Pradesh, 90% of harvesting is over. So there will be no such impact of the ensuing rise in temperature. So even if temperature rises beyond 35 or 37 degrees Celsius, there will be no impact in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. Of course, we are not expecting heat wave conditions in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. Then this is the crop condition and harvesting status of wheat as on 26 March. You can see the Uttar Pradesh, it is a grain filling to maturity stage. Madhya Pradesh, it is maturity to harvesting stage. Punjab, it is grain filling to maturity. Rajasthan, maturity to harvesting. Bihar, grain filling to maturity. Haryana, grain filling to maturity. So therefore, grain filling to maturity stage is only over certain parts where we are not expecting so much heat wave conditions, but only Madhya Pradesh was the matter of worry, but however, it is in the maturity to harvesting stage. Now, Minister of Agriculture is monitoring the situation. 2 meetings under chairmanship of Additional Secretary were held with states and ICAR to monitor wheat crop conditions. Crop weather watch group meeting is being organized every week. There is an interministerial committee review. Satellite image-based monitoring also being carried out to find out the status of the crop. Based on IMD's weather projections, ICAR issues regular advisories to farmers through KVKs on bi-weekly basis. Now let us come to Minister of Jal Shakti. So under Minister of Jal Shakti, there are about 150 reservoirs at present. You can see how the number of reservoirs increased over the years. And gross storage is 221.7 BCM. Live storage is 178.784 BCM. This is based on 28 March. So this is the progress you can see from 1st June until this year. You can see that. So water year for 23-24, then 22-23, and 10 years average. What you find that the reservoir monitored is 150. Frequency of bulletin is weekly being issued. The live storage at present on 28 March is 64.603 BCM, which is the 84% of the last year and 97% of the average of the last 10 years. Now, region-wise, if you just look at northern region, live storage is 6.290 BCM, which is 85% last year and 98% of the 10-year average. Eastern region, it is 113% last year and 100% of 10-year average. Western region 84% last year and 103% of 10 years average. Central region is 94% last year and 110% of the 10-year average. So southern region is 59% last year and 73% 10 years average. So if I compare different regions, therefore the only worry is the southern India, where the rainfall has been less, and therefore it is 59% of the last year and 73% 10 years average. So Minister of Health and Family Welfare, they have issued the advisories to the state. Advisory to the State Health Department on heatwave season for 2024 has been prepared and sent based on forecast issued on 1st March. Again, 1st April they are issuing, they will issue the latest informations. The National Action Plan on Heat-related Illness, a booklet has been prepared, and various training manuals for community members recognizing and preventing heat-related illness. Department of Health and Family Welfare and National Disaster Management Authority joint letter to all chief secretaries regarding health, regarding hospital fires during summer months also has been raised, and precautionary measures are being taken. So thank you very much for your kind attention.